Note to self: summoning Satan is a bad idea. Everyone seems to start these stories with, "I'm skeptical, but..." So this time won't be an exception. However, I am not an atheist. So my friends and I had a bottle of gasoline. We were all car guys, so we sometimes had contaminated gas left over. Anyways, we wanted to get rid of it, and the only way we could think of doing that would be to go and start a fire in a field. The three of us, giggling, made our way to the nearest cornfield that had an opening. We decided to get as much stuff as possible to burn. Dry leaves, branches, anything that we could find, along with our half-gallon of 92 octane gasoline. Both of my friends were filming the whole process as I poured gasoline all over the place. Sam shouted, "We're summoning Satan!" We all laughed it off and didn't pay much attention to it. After all, it was time to start the fire. The whole thing went pretty well. No one got hurt. We didn't set the field on fire or anything. We just fooled around and enjoyed the fire. Sam's phone started glitching while filming. It was really weird. The recording continued, but the picture turned black and white. And what it seemed like copied itself and posted 8 red-tinted semi-transparent smaller versions of itself on the screen in a grid-like pattern. It stayed like that for a few seconds, and then the phone turned off. We just laughed at Sam's now broken phone and went home as it was really late by that time. The next morning, my other friend Chris and I met. We were waiting for Sam to arrive and complete the trio. We were making plans for that evening, discussing ways we could gain world dominance and whatnot. That's when we saw Sam come up to us, pale as hell and his eyes screaming terrified. Turns out his phone was all right, and even saved the video with the glitch as it was. Immediately before coming to see us, he watched it and thought he saw a ghost. As the image on his screen collapsed into some red-tinted shatter, he turned away from the fire to see better and get a grasp of what was happening to his phone. Pointing the camera away from the fire, into the corn, there, in the cornfield, it looked like there was something looking at the fire. Well, yes, there are many things that can cause you to see something in this situation. The camera actually glitching. The fact that it was so dark and the fire was so big can make shadows appear. Maybe some light reflected off something. Some water. Another phone. The car. This thing, if it existed, which we doubted and sure as hell wanted to doubt, was standing there, looking towards the fire as if it were a fourth friend just hanging out with us. We then decided to watch the video on Chris's phone to make sure it was just glare. After we wish we hadn't, as there it was again, this time more distinct than before. When Chris's phone was pointed at the cornfield, we could see a face staring at the fire. Or maybe it was staring at us, with an evil smile. Just a face peeking out of the corn. No body, no nothing, no glare, no glitching. It's been years since that happened. We're still kind of skeptical about it, or at least try to be. But with all the facts combined, we still, till this day, can't find a reasonable explanation. We even tried to repeat the thing with the fire, and took a bunch of cameras with us. But none of us would do it at night the way we did the first time. We've not had any luck finding ghosts in broad daylight. And unless we all decide one day that we'll do it at night again, I don't expect we'll ever see the ghost again.